Panthers will have probably pregame rolling now, right?
I think
pretty close.
I think the pregame started at 5:30, 4:30. I don't know.
Yeah, there you go.
Sometimes the game's still off, but yeah, it's over there.
Yeah, we got a little girls basketball top 10. We're logistically trying to work out this schedule, dude. Man, it's too much.
It gets crazy.
We had the holidays, and then it's like, oh yeah, by the way, you're going to work your day job, which right now is absolutely just putting me on my head. And, by the way, you got a game every night. Yeah, so there's that.
Well, we added – it wasn't scheduled that way originally. Then we felt like you should add the All-A in there.
All-A.
And so
Saturday.
then it makes it, Wesleyan gets on top. Wesleyan's at home Thursday and Saturday. And
unfortunately, the Meade Catholic game's getting sacrificed tomorrow night.
More than like, I'll hold off on that. I may go do that if Riley wants to do it.
Well, he's going to be at church.
Okay.
I know that much for sure.
I may go do the Meade Catholic.
It's one that you don't really want to miss.
Yeah.
It's just weird scheduling. You got Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and you got Wesleyan Thursday, Wesleyan Saturday, doubleheader
Saturday.
So yeah, it's that's not me complaining.
You got Hancock girls boys doubleheader starting at 5:30 tonight over on WBIO too.
And you'll be in action tonight too, right? Brecken Davis.
Yeah, my cousin Keith's going to jump on the broadcast with me and do Brecken Davis County, and then. Probably gonna have Breck Apollo. The way it looks is, we almost have to do that game.
I threw you under the bus yesterday, and now you feel bad.
I was looking at it. We can join after that game. We can join Indiana, Oregon in progress on 102.7. Yeah. You already have Indiana and Oregon playing on Jack FM, so we have that game on one of our stations already. Because it's the Indiana affiliate.
Yeah.
So I just think you probably Davis County Apollo or those with those two records and how they're supposed to be, you almost have to do that one.
Literally as we're going on the air. First of all, in my day job today, right? Idiot me. I have the biggest bid that I've ever had since I've worked there. This is a massive deal for me.
Okay.
Came in a couple weeks ago.
Is it with Venezuela?
It's actually in Alabama.
Okay, I'm just checking.
It's actually in Russellville, Alabama, home of Harrison Birch.
There you go.
Former QB1 of the Kentucky Wesleyan Panthers. But yeah, the bid, normally this day and age, and most people out there, I don't want to put you to sleep early, but you have to submit your bids electronically. It's 2026. So I just saw that it was due tomorrow at 10. And I said, all right, well, cool, I'll get it done. We'll get it done this afternoon, get it submitted, and I'll have a whole day to rest. Well, I get to work this morning, start reading it. It's got to be hand-delivered. Not hand-delivered, but I don't necessarily have to hand-deliver it, but it had to be, there in their hands. It's not electronic. And at this point, by the time I was reading, it was too late to overnight it to make sure it would be there by 10. So I'm driving to Russellville, Alabama tomorrow. And back. Literally just to hand a document, and if I lose this bid, I may be in jail in Russellville. Because if I lose another bid, I'm going to be upset. This is a big one, and my hopes are high. And so
you would think, now I could be wrong here, but you would think with such a big bid, you would read all the fine print.
Well,
to know how it was supposed to be done.
I did read the print of like the specs and stuff. I did not read about obviously I just did. It was a boneheaded move on my part. So that's why the game tomorrow is in limbo and all this jazz. So, yeah, I'll be missing Live at 5. I'll miss John Moss and Neil Hayden tomorrow. And then as we're going on the air, you're like, hey, man, what are we going to do for Friday's Live at 5? We're going to have to record because you got a game at 5:30.
I think you got the double
I guess
header.
I have to call Dave or Caleb and have to fill in for me Friday too.
Yeah.
This is crazy, man. This schedule nuts, man.
We can just record after the Wesleyan game on Thursday night.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, maybe. I don't know. We'll work it out. We're doing this on the air.
I'll double check that and make sure, but I'm pretty sure that your game on Friday is a boys-girls doubleheader at Owensboro, and they start at 5:30.
That's fine. No, I mean, it is what it is. If we need to get Dave or Caleb or whoever.
We can do a 30-minute Live at 5 from Owensboro High School. We'll do that.
Well, I mean, I'm not twisting anybody's arm here. I'm just, we'll figure it out.
No, that's what we'll do. We'll do a 30-minute Live at 5 leading into that game, and then it'll be ESPN after that.
Yeah,
and
it's
then
college football playoff night, right?
It is. Like I said, we did. And then you got Davis County and Apollo playing at 7.
The 9th district game's got to take precedent.
I think so too.
That's a big one.
But now, if it was the
Davis County's heavily favored.
I will say this: if it was the other way, and it was the Ole Miss and Miami game, I would be more at, because we do have Indiana, Oregon on Jack FM. You can go to 98.7 and listen to, it's the Indiana call.
Yeah.
But we'll have that on one of our family of networks here. And then, so I think we'll do Davis County Apollo. And then the moment that game's over with, we'll kick it right back to the conclusion of IU and Oregon.
And then come right back for
Friday Night Lights Out. It's the first.
Man.
This Friday's the first Friday of the new year. Friday Night Lights Out. We'll have some really good district games to talk about, and we'll see how it goes.
Yeah, no, it's good times. It's basketball season.
Well, not just that. It's just, just the growth. The growth. No, it's not even the crossover. It's just the growth overall. Cromwell. We probably need to get a couple more bodies.
Yeah. Especially coming off the flu. I'm sitting there sweating. I'm still sweating right now, as a matter of fact. Like, the flu has hit my house. Unfortunately, poor Abby's got it, so keep Abby in your prayers.
The problem is you'll get over it, and as she starts to get over it, you'll re-get, and you just keep passing
we did
it
that
around.
already, man. I can't do this again. Like, if I do, just find me on the Blue Bridge, man. That's all.
It's not open. Won't be open till the end of January.
Don't need to be open. Just need a launching pad. It's
at this rate, Publix is going to be open before the new Blue Bridge is.
I haven't ate a solid meal in like a week, and that you look at right here, and you can tell. That's not normal,
keep it up. Stay sick. You'll get down to felt. You'll be ready to fight Marvelous Marvin Hagler.
Man, yeah, it might be. No, I doubt that, man. Let's look at this. Let's cut the nonsense. We're 7 minutes in. It's what we do. It's nonsense always here on Live at 5. Breck, Davis County tonight. That'll be a good one. The Fighting Tigers coming in to take on the Panthers out at Luther Bately Court there. Should be a great game. You got Greenwood and Butler County tonight. Owensboro looking for their first win as they host Hopkinsville. Logan County at Edmondson County. Madisonville at Grayson. Muhlenberg in Ohio. That's the big one. Before we get to that, Trinity and Hancock, that'll be on BIO?
Yes.
Yep,
okay. Both boys, the girls and boys. They've got a doubleheader tonight.
For me, the biggest game on the slate tonight.
Muhlenberg, Ohio. Without a doubt. Without a doubt, it's the biggest game on the slate. It's at Ohio County. Was really looking at going up there and doing that game as the game of the week. Mm-hmm. And they said we could come, but it was logistical problems and stuff, and so we decided not to do it. But,
I understand.
But, I think that's going to be a good one.
Tonight determines whether Brigance' safe house stays on the market or not, right?
I would think so. If you lose this game, you may take it off the market.
Especially Muhlenberg, yeah.
Yeah, you can't lose to Muhlenberg.
At home.
Yes.
At home.
And in the grand scheme of things, I know we always talk about but with the way they have their dumb rules, this one doesn't mean a whole lot, because if they do end up tied, it's the second one. But this does put some pressure on Muhlenberg to keep winning 10th district games.
Yeah, man. So for today's show, that we got we're 9 minutes in, and I didn't really plan for any of that. We're going to talk a little girls basketball in the middle portion of the show. Be the girls Owensboro Health Top 10. We'll catch you up on the region as well, and then in the back half, NFL news. Big bomb just dropped with Harbaugh, man.
Doesn't surprise me. I'm actually surprised they fired him. I thought it would be a mutual party to ways.
I kind of thought he might step away. But it's time. It's like when Bill Cowher stepped away from the Steelers, or Andy Reid left the Eagles. It's just one of those things where it's time.
I got to ask you: is there a bigger dumpster fire than Tennessee? Do you see who they're interviewing?
You went
Jason Garrett.
Oh my!
They just announced today that they're interviewing Jason Garrett in the coaching process. Jason Garrett. Right now, the only call you should make is to John Harbaugh with the blank check,
Stefanski,
and be like, "Here you go. What's it take? Let's get this done now."
Man, yeah. That's interesting. No, the list yesterday you gave me of their candidates was just baffling, but we'll see.
I mean, it could be worse. You could be keeping Zach Taylor.
I don't really have a problem with you're wasting your time interviewing Garrett, but I don't have a problem not leaving no stone unturned. But yeah, you're definitely going to have to try to swing for the fences. If Harbaugh's out there, you got to pick up the phone. We'll talk about that at the end of the show. I wanted to start Owensboro Catholic girls and boys last night on K News captured the All-A. They did it in fairly easy style.
I thought it was
McLean girls put up a pretty good fight.
Yes,
I will say.
That game, it was never in doubt. Catholic was a much better basketball team last night. The one that shot me was the overall score of the boys' game. I was expecting something better from McLean to put up a better fight. But
defensive length of
man,
Catholic.
it was like 59-32.
Yeah, and Catholic was, McLean was in the teens until like the late third quarter. So it was just really had a hard time scoring the basketball. Catholic Playing well, man. Coach
They
Shadowin's
are.
got them playing hard, and they got the Grant kid played really well last night. Hagan was great. Of course, you
got Carrico's in. He's finally in uniform. They thought
he played in the final few minutes.
They thought he was going to be back maybe full strength in another week or two. He got released, and so that gives them another
Murphy,
weapon defensively. Murphy's playing really well. You get this was without Solly.
Oh yeah, and Dramel, man, he's a difference maker. He just dishes it, man.
He's a stat stuffer.
Is incredible out there on the floor. But for the girls, for McLean, they're just young.
Yes.
I guess the key for McLean is keep that group together and see.
Yeah, make sure no NIL money gets out there. Out there.
Keep that group together. And Coach Ellis coaches his rear end off.
He did. I thought
he did a great job. I thought last night, and he's just up against a really good Owensboro Catholic team who just a good basketball team.
I look at their draw in the All-A. And that's a team that could go to the semifinals. It's a very good draw. Now, the boys' side is going to be tough. You could probably going to get – well, it's not done yet, but more than likely it's Converna. That championship game is Friday. I think their semifinals are tomorrow. But look at the girls.
Just got that big kid eligible.
Yeah, you look at the girls' draw, and it's a favorable draw where the girls could be in the Final Four.
Might be calling some All-A state tournament games. I know you'll have to jump in some of the morning games until we get to the weekend, but definitely be looking forward to that. Before we jump out of the first segment and get into the girls' top 10, we got to talk Kentucky. Kenny Minchie.
I mean, listen.
Everybody's asking me, like, how good is this kid?
I tell you right now, I think he's really good.
I think he is, too.
I think this is the guy that fits Will Stein. And I love what Stein did here. Now, Levitt was their number one choice. But it looked like it was going to be about another week before Levitt decided what he wanted to do. He wanted to go visit LSU. There was another school I think he was going to go visit. And so, you couldn't get a commitment. And Will Stein felt like at the quarterback spot. Now, I will say Levitt was their first choice. He had, if you talk to him, Mincy was number 2. But he felt like there were 6 to 8 guys that separated themselves from the next batch. So you had to get one of those top 6 if you were going to make a splash. And so you couldn't wait around a week. And if you don't get Levitt, then everybody else of those top 6 are gone. And so he's like, hey, if Mincy wants to come, we're going to take our second choice here, get this signed, sealed, and delivered. I love that.
Stolen from Nebraska. Right out of the grasp of Matt Rule.
Yes. I mean, and here's the thing. You look at him, he's from Tennessee, Hendersonville, Tennessee, put up great numbers down there at high school, goes to Notre Dame. Originally, he committed to Pitt. Notre Dame, I think, flipped him from Pitt. And then you look at this quarterback battle with C.J. Carr, who is going to be a Heisman finalist next year. Let's just talk about it.
Carr's the real deal.
Carr's the real deal. I mean, if you watch the Notre Dame show that they put on Peacock, they have like their, it's like Inside the NFL or what?
It's kind of like the
Hard Knocks of college. Notre Dame has one. Yeah. And this was a decision that was really weighing on Marcus Freeman all camp long because, you talk to guys up there and they talk about Mincy's leadership, the way he handles himself, the way he goes about his business. It's nothing but high marks. He played well in camp. When he's gotten to play at Notre Dame, and I know most of them are blowouts this year. I mean, he's only hit 80% of his passes for 296 yards, ran for over 100 yards. The kid's
that's the part that intrigues me is his athletic ability.
His athletic ability, and he's really good in the RPO game where he's very accurate with the pass. And people talk about he doesn't throw the deep ball well. Does he throw it as well as C.J. Carr? Maybe not, but still throws the deep ball well. But he's very accurate in the mid-range to the short range and the RPO game. I think this is a great get for Kentucky. Say what you want about Levitt. He's coming off a year where he couldn't stay healthy.
Yeah.
And
that's the last thing you need.
Mincy, you get for 2 more years. He's been at Notre Dame for 3 years.
College football.
Well, I mean, I'm just saying, though, where if you go get Levitt, you're going back into the portal next year. Mincy, I don't think is a guy that's going to, even if he has a great year at UK, now he may look to go somewhere else, but I don't think he's going to, going straight to the NFL.
Yeah.
So you can hook your wagon to a guy that's been there for 2 years. And let's be honest, look what Stein has done. Like, Bo Nix was an absolute bust at Auburn. Stein gets him at Oregon, turns him into a first-round draft pick, and all he does is lead his NFL team to the best record in football. All right? The same thing with, Dylan Gabriel. Oklahoma was ready to run him out of town so they could turn the thing over to Jackson Arnold. He takes him to Oregon, goes to the playoff, makes him a draft pick and a starter in the NFL with the Browns. And then Dante Moore. Now, Dante Moore was very highly rated coming out of high school. He was going to be a Notre Dame guy, flipped his commitment to somebody else, then flipped his commitment to UCLA. He was one of those guys that was all about the Benjamins and kept flipping his commitment based on what he could get paid.
That's college.
It kind of fell flat at UCLA. You had the whole Chip Kelly thing. He didn't, and then Chip Kelly left, and you know how all that went when he went to Ohio State. So it did not perform well at UCLA, got back in the portal, ends up at Oregon, and then Stein in Oregon have him where if he comes out, he's probably a first-rounder. I don't know if Dante's going to come out. There's been a lot of talk about he's going to go back.
Probably a top 3 pick. I see a lot of Mel Kiper has him as a number 1 or number 2 quarterback right now.
Yeah, so my thing is you look what Stein's done in the portal and what he's done with those quarterbacks, you got to give him the benefit of the doubt. Yeah. Like the last 3 quarterbacks, he's kind of hit home runs on 100%. In the portal. So if he wants Minchie, he sees something.
Yeah.
Everything I've seen of Minchie when he's played in his duties at Notre Dame for the last couple of years has been tremendous, and everything off the field about Minchie is 100% tremendous. I think UK got a steal. I had told Heavy Poor Sports, and I look like a genius, this was a month and a half ago. I said the guy that Kentucky the guy that people at BBN ought to look at or keep an eye out on is Kenny Minchie out of Notre Dame. He was from Tennessee, so you're close to home. It's an easy drive from Hendersonville to Lexington, so your family gets to come watch you play. I just felt like that this would be a spot for him, and it turns out I hit a home run on this one. I wish I'd had some money on DraftKings on this one.
Yeah, no, it's a big get. I think it's a great fit for Stein, and like I say, he knows more about it than anybody else. Because, he's putting guys in the NFL, and you definitely trust his.
Well, it's not just that; it's the 2 linemen now that they've signed. The Baylor center was great. They got the inside guard that committed today. They're in on a guy that started at Ohio State at guard. If you go get the number 1 center in the portal, 2 big time guards, and you can start with your offensive line with that, and then with your interior being that good. Look out.
Yeah, no, I think it's a great start for Stein, no question. And the center, you could give center a lot of love there. I know we've struggled at that position, so to get to the number 1, that's a top portal guy. I think
yes.
Definitely the top portal offensive
lineman. He's like a 3-year starter at Baylor. Look at Notre Dame's offensive line. Whenever they have the big-time center, man, it's really good. And look at Kentucky with Stoops when they had, and no offense, but when they had Jagger Burton at center, it was awful. And then you get, you know how it is. No quarterback wants pressure up the middle.
No,
and Kentucky has been not very good the last few years at the guard and the two guards in the center position.
Yeah, no, I think it's a hit. I like the move to pivot. Like you can't get caught holding the bag and then be left with nothing. And so if you're going to pivot, it's not a bad one to pivot to.
It's so hard for coaches.
Like it's a huge downgrade. I don't see this as a huge downgrade.
It's so hard for coaches to understand. And Notre Dame kind of saw this the first weekend where they lost out on their top 2 targets. In high school recruiting, you always want to be the last visit. Normally.
For sure.
That's how the way it gets. The portal recruiting is just the opposite. You want them in there as soon as you can get them in there and get them signed, sealed, and delivered and not let them make another one. And Notre Dame, you had the number 1 cornerback and they had a receiver they wanted. Well, they set up theirs where they were the last visit. Well, the cornerback got out to UCLA and committed to them, and the wide receiver, committed to somebody else before you ever got him on campus. So I love what Stein did here in pivot. He could not wait with Levitt. And it was going to be, not only that, there's been talk that Levitt's going to cost you $6 to $7 million. You get Minchie.
Save a couple million.
You get Minchie. No, you save like 5. Let's say he costs you 7. Reports are Minchie's getting somewhere between 1 and 2. So you save like 5. Well, that's 4 other guys you can go get.
Yeah, no, it's like a salary cap in college football.
Without a doubt.
Go spread it around. And Isaac Brown, we didn't talk about it. Isaac Brown returns to Louisville.
Yeah, they must have paid it back because all reports were he was going to Texas, and he actually got in the portal. It was a no contact in the portal. And then, boom, he's back at
Big
Louisville.
Dog pulled some strings and got him back.
Must have. I don't know.
He was pretty bullish out there on social media about it.
So not just that. You look at him. He was eligible to come back and was like, "Yeah, I'm not playing.
Yeah.
I'm not playing." And it just felt like
Something
he was gone.
changed.
Yeah. Well, money talks.
It does.
In this day and age.
Something changed in college football.
It was a bag.
Is money. That's what it is. When we come back, we'll talk a little girls basketball. We'll close out, talk a little of the NFL coaching carousel. Pause it for Karen Gross, realtor with RE/MAX Professional Realty Group. Your dream is her mission. Give her a call at 270-315-9810. Find her at KarenGross.net. It's live at 5, 1027 The Game.
When lives are changed due to injuries or death resulting from personal injuries, aggressive legal representation is critical to obtain a winning result. Foreman Watson Holtry has a proven track record of winning thousands of personal injury cases throughout our region and beyond. Find out why we win our injury cases. Foreman Watson Holtry, dedicated to you, committed to justice, fwhlegal.com.
How do winners win shopping for a new vehicle?
The Red Tag event at Don Moore on 54. They'll be winning, picking, and grinning.
All in one place.
New Chevy Trax, $23,495 or $299 a month.
And with non-commissioned product specialists.
There's no fiddling around.
New Silverado Crew Cab, $39,990 or $499 a month. DonMooreChevy.com.
Scan the code.
Game on every weekday from 5 to 8 in the morning with Unsportsmanlike. Brought to you by Floor Concepts. Catch Evan, Canty, and Michelle breaking down the biggest stories, the boldest takes, and the realest reactions only on 1027 The Game. Your home for ESPN Radio. Unsportsmanlike delivers the passion every true sports fan craves. Brought to you by Floor Concepts, where design meets durability. That's Unsportsmanlike weekday mornings 5 to 8 only on 1027 The Game.
Van Atten's award-winning Pitmaster barbecue sauce. From backyard grills to big events, they make it pit perfect every time. Their food truck and catering can bring the flavor straight to you. And here's a thank you to our hometown heroes. With valid ID, veterans, police, firefighters, and EMS get a free drink with a purchase at the food truck. See where they're serving next, shop the sauce, and book your event at VanAttensBarbecue.com. And follow Van Atten's Pitmaster barbecue sauce on Facebook. Van Atten's, where flavor wins.
Looking for a financial partner you can trust? Look no further than Green River Area Federal Credit Union. Whether you're saving for the future, buying a new home, or need a loan, we've got you covered with competitive rates and personalized service. Join the community that cares about your financial well-being. Visit Green River Area Federal Credit Union at one of our 3 locations in Henderson, Greenville, or Owensboro and experience the difference today. Your money, your future, your credit union. Member NCUA, Equal Housing Lender.
Living life at a healthy weight can be challenging, but Owensboro Health's weight management team has the resources to help. Whether you are looking for nutrition counseling and fitness training at the health park, or clinically supervised weight loss medications or weight loss surgery with our bariatric surgeon, you'll find the support you need to maintain a healthy weight and live a healthier, happier life. Learn more at owensborohealth.org/livewell.
This is Travis Holtry from Foreman Watson Holtry. We have been known as Owensboro's personal injury law firm for 15 years, and it all began when we became the one call for injury law. In 15 years, that hasn't changed. Foreman Watson Holtry truly is your one call for injury law. Foreman Watson Holtry, dedicated to you, committed to justice. fwhlegal.com.
Save big on everything for your New Year's project with Menards. Mastercraft has been making high-quality doors for more than 50 years. Choose from our huge in-stock selection, or you can design your door your way, in-store and on Menards.com. From classic to modern designs, you'll find the perfect door for your home. Plus, check out our weekly flyer on Menards.com for all the great deals happening now.
Save big money at Menards.
Let's get back to Live at 5 with Steve and Coach on 1027 The Game.
Live at 5, brought to you by Foreman Watson Holtry, fwhlegal.com. One call for injury law. Foreman, Watson, Holtry. Hey, big shout out to J.W. Munster out there getting
Eastern offer.
A little EKU offer. That's big time.
That is a big one. That is a big time big one. Yeah, congratulations to the big man.
Coming in late. I know he got a lot of pub, man, for his performance in the state championship game. When you perform like that in the playoffs, man, you get a lot of eyes on you. They'll find you.
They find you.
He's a dude, make no mistake. Let's talk a little girls basketball. Before we jump into the top 10, I want to reset. I want to look at the most competitive district in the region, which for me is the 12th.
It is the 12th, without a doubt.
And it's kind of wide open. I mean, the great Grayson's going to be in the top 10, so we'll talk about them in a minute. But the other three teams that are outside, Edmonson County 6-5. They fell to Meade County and Taylor County down there in their holiday tournament.
How about Meade County making a run here lately?
No, Meade County's 3-6. They've won 3 out of their last 4, and they beat Edmonson and Butler inside that 12th district. Nevitt, 13 points per game. Coach Trippier got them going a little bit.
I thought this would be, Hancock walking into the regional tournament, but better look out for that Meade County team.
Yeah, Coach Trippier, man, he knows his way around. He knows how to get a team to the sports center.
There's no doubt.
He did it several times on the boys' side of things. But Carrie Ann Williams is incredible numbers, 19 points, 16 boards, and if they statted blocks, she's probably at about 10 of those.
Well, I think they do stat it, but it's just not on KHSA.
Yeah. And, Edmonds.
Blocks and assists need to be on the KHSA website.
I was talking about that in the group chat, like when Davis County went to the tournament up there at Lexington Catholic, how they had the box.
Mm-hmm.
You get Wesleyan game, you get the box. You could tell the story of the game on the box.
Oh, yeah, without a doubt.
The problem is, like on this show, we always talk about who scored the most. And, that's a big deal, obviously. But you can tell the story of a game. But sometimes people have massive impacts, and you don't really get to talk about it.
I don't know why on the KHSA website blocks and assists aren't on there. It wouldn't be that hard.
No, I don't know. I don't know if teams don't. the teams don't officially.
Well,
stat
they stat
blocks.
it. Yeah, they stat it. Yeah, they stat everything.
Yeah, I mean, I'd love to see it, man. I mean, I don't want to complain too much because the scoreboard's incredible.
Yes,
but it would be nice to see, especially for a triple double like Carrie Ann Williams is pretty much every night. Edmonton was a little bit disappointing at 6-5.
I think so too. Yeah.
They lost a lot.
They did.
You did lose that supporting cast, and it just hasn't been consistent around Carrie Ann much this season. But 6-5, still in the mix. Butler 6-5. They lost to Meade too. Ava Wilson is having a double-double as well, right? 16, almost 17 a game. 12
well, you get the stat leaders coming out tomorrow, and trust me, the Ava Wilson and Carrie Ann Williams are on. It's rebounding.
There you go.
It's rebounding leaders this week.
There you go. Skaggs are probably in the mix in there too. She can rebound it too for them. Trinity's 8-6. They fell to Hancock in the Canty Dairy Queen Classic, but beat Ohio County, Raylan Meserve, with 15.4 points per game for the Lady Raiders. So you look at the 12th, man, it's a logjam there.
It is a logjam. It'll be interesting. I know Butler has that early win against Trinity in a close one. Grayson beat Edmonton in a close one. But I'm curious to see how the rest of this plays out.
Friday night, Trinity at Edmonton and Butler at Grayson. So you learn a little bit more about the 12th. We mentioned Meade in the 11th. Hancock County sitting at 5-6. I think that'll be the game you see between those two to determine who goes to the Sports Center. Carolina
Without a
Jones, 12.7 points per game. Good start to the season for her. And then the 10th, Muhlenberg's better than I think a lot of people.
Muhlenberg's starting to play, but Isabella Wilkins is having a great season down there. Wilkins playing well.
Stark's pretty good too. 14.6 points per game for Wilkins. And, Ohio, it's right now it's Muhlenberg and McLean. We'll see if Ohio can make anything up there at Ohio tonight. Is Muhlenberg on the girls' side. And the last team outside the top 10 to talk about is the Owensboro Red Devils. A couple years removed from a third region title, struggling a little bit at 4-6. They host Catholic on Friday, a game that I'll have on K-News.
They did get a big win, I think, last night. Sapp had like 28 or 26 or something like that.
Sapp's playing well for them.
That's the one, and you get Swanigan.
Swanigan's got 14.5 a game
so
far.
So, we'll see. I'm curious to see how they handle Calicut this year. And I know it's good. You figure there's going to be a little step back. They had lost quite a bit over, the last 2 years.
A lot,
But, when you got two guards like Sapp and Swanigan, unique, I mean, they keep you in the games, and so we'll see how that works.
Yeah, and defensively, she brings a lot.
Without a doubt.
She takes points off the board.
Mm-hmm.
That's how good of a defender Unique Carter Swanigan is. And it's an interesting top 10 this week because you got all 4 Southern Indiana schools making an impact.
Without a doubt.
Henderson. So only half of the top 10 is made up of third region teams.
It's a ESPN Owensboro top 10. You got to get the ESPN Owensboro area.
Well, you look at it. Let's start at 10. Let's go South Spencer at 8-5. Defeated Apollo over the Christmas tournament season, but fell to Tell City on Saturday. And the Butler commit that's coming in, she transferred in from Memorial. She has a set a month.
Yes, it was 30 days from the time that she got in.
Be around mid-January.
Mid-January,
a couple weeks or so, she'll be up and running. And I look for them to take a big jump.
I think so too.
When she comes in,
without a doubt.
I mean, it's gonna be a big lift. But Alexis Harris is at 20 points per game, so she's off to a great start. They host Mount Vernon tonight. Do the Lady Rebels sitting there at number 10. At number 9 will be the team that beat them this past week. Tell City, the Lady Marksmen, 8-7 overall in the season, and they host Northeast Du Bois on Thursday, Gibson Southern on Saturday. And I love it, man. The Lady Marksmen use Max Preps to put their
so
stats
does South
on
Spencer.
There. They do. South Spencer does too. Heritage Hills does too.
Perry,
you
need to help out.
You.
Yes.
Every week, the dark side of the moon in Leopold.
Tell City's girls do, but Tell City's boys do not.
I know. Ford, 14 points per game. Lane, 11 points per game. And Coyle, 10 points per game. So you got 3 in double figures.
Yeah, and Ford, well, we've seen, I mean, that's been a namesake for the last couple of years and playing well again. And it's a really good basketball team.
No doubt. No, we'll move it to the 8th spot. And that's where McLean is sitting, 9-3 on the season. We got to see him firsthand against Owensboro Catholic last night. There were spurts in that game, though, where you could see this is a young team. That's one thing you need to stay focused on. It's like 8th graders, freshmen, and sophomores really that are contributing the most. So, like I say, they can keep that group together. They're going to have something. They're at Grayson County on Thursday. That'll be a really fun one.
I think that's one that gets me interested. I do think, and as I've watched over this, we talk about the big 3, and we'll get to them a little later in this poll. And I think there's a very substantial gap to everybody else. It's
bigger
a monster
than I
gap.
thought it was.
I am too. Bigger than I thought it was. And I'm curious to see who's at the top of that. Is it McLean or is it Grayson right now? And I guess we'll find out when they play each other.
Yeah, I think watching the game last night, I think what separates the big 3 is defense.
100%.
Breck, Davis County, and Catholic, that on-the-ball pressure, the way they speed you up, and you have to make quick decisions.
And not only that,
because McLean and Grayson can both shoot the lights out.
Right, but here's the other thing, too, I think that really separates them. It's their ability that when you do get pressure on them is they use the pass, where yesterday McLean tried to do everything off the dribble, and then you run into double teams.
It's easier.
Right, yeah.
You don't have to, because when you're facing that pressure, your tendency is to watch the ball. Like your head goes down, you don't see the floor.
That is what separates the team. You look when, Catholic puts that pressure on Davis County, it may be one dribble, pass, another pass, open shot. When McLean tried to pressure Catholic, it was pass to the wing, pass to the free throw line, pass to the corner, cut, wide open layup.
Yeah.
If Catholic finishes at the rim last night, they win by 30.
I agree. Yeah. But I mean, and McLean played well in spurts.
No, they did. 100%.
I'll tell you, a young lady that impressed me was Wagner.
Yes.
The 8th grade.
Great, big future.
Coach's kid, right?
Shoots the lights out of it.
But she's tough. You could tell that she didn't mind the physicality.
No, it looks like she grew up.
It a little bit.
It looks like she grew up playing against boys all her life.
Yeah, no.
I mean, no offense, but that's what it looked like to me.
Yeah, she definitely the moment wasn't too big, and she earned her playing time out there. Like I say, Coach Ellis, I thought, did a great job taking opportunities when things went wrong to kind of pull them aside and kind of coach them up a little bit. I think this is going to be a really good basketball team over the next couple seasons. It's already good, but I mean, to be at the top of the region, it's going to take some more growth and maturity, I think, out of them. Let's see. They got Grayson on Thursday. That's the only game I had down for them. So we'll move it to the 7th spot, and that's where Heritage Hills is sitting, 9-4 on the season. And they'd won 8 straight games, and they dropped a couple to Fishers and then to Washington. They host Pike Central tonight. Belcher at 15.7 points per game, and Crest at 10 points per game for Heritage Hills. And they all play each other. All 4 of the Southern Indiana schools play each other and are kind of beating up on each other a little bit.
Yeah, and listen, it's a great program over there, and I think I'm really looking at the sectionals and seeing how all that plays out. It's going to be tough over there.
Yeah, we don't know as much about Heritage Hills on the basketball. I mean, the boys has been really good recently.
Yes,
we've kind of seen them from a distance, but the girls were kind of still learning a little bit about that group. But 9-4, off to a pretty good start on the season. At the 6th spot, Grayson County, 10-3, got that nice double overtime win over Bowling Green last week. And then they had 2 big tests, like 2 measuring sticks in the region. We talk about 2 of the big 3 with Breckenridge County and Davis County. And just didn't fare real well in those matchups.
No, I mean, I'm not going to sugarcoat it. They kind of failed both the tests. I mean, I wouldn't expect them to win, but I was expecting them to be a lot more competitive to see how big the gap was. What we found out is the gap is bigger than the Grand Canyon.
It's just that ball pressure.
Mm-hmm.
When you're able to play free and you're not playing so sped up, the game's just so much different.
And it's the ability to handle the ball pressure.
Right.
Like that's just and to do that, you got to have ball handlers and you got to beat it using the pass.
Yeah.
If you think you're going to dribble through Calicut or set a high ball screen, they're going to jump the trap. You know, they did that all night last night. That gave McLean County fits.
Yeah.
You know, and it's just you just really hard to try to beat Davis County, Catholic, and Breck by trying to beat them off a dribble.
Yeah.
It's just not going to work.
Yeah, even with a great player like Bree Jones,
Yes.
it's just really tough. She's 18.8 points per game.
I think Breck held her 6.
Yeah, I mean, and Breck's defense. I mean, that's the identity. Breck's they're gonna come out and it's gonna be physical and they're gonna be in your face,
full
the entire
court,
time.
up and down, just like
100%.
Catholic.
And Davis County's the same way. I mean, honestly, they get at all three of those teams. That's kind of the identity. Peyton Bowman in double figures with 12 a game, and then Hannah Smith rebounding. We'll see her in the rebounding leaders, I'm sure, at 10.5 rebounds per game for the Lady Cougars. Let's move it to number 5. And it'll be a quick one because Perry Central having a great season.
Get your stats up.
I will say this, Perry. You at least put the roster on the page.
Yes, there you go.
Got that. Mason Labhart is a name we know. Stands out, right? She's the leader of this squad. They have a winnable game at Paoli tonight. There are 3 straight wins right now: Clarksville, South Central, and Rock Creek. And they've got Paoli tonight to pack the skis, I guess. Maybe spend a couple days
there you go.
Get you a win and go skiing tonight up in Paoli for the Commodores. As we'll move it to number 4, and that's where Henderson County is sitting this week. 8-6, got back-to-back wins over Mercy and Mount Carmel, Illinois. And against Mercy, you had Atilia Green with 16. She had 17 against Mount Carmel. Gish had 13, and Gardner with 11. They're at Webster County on Friday, host Bowling Green on Saturday. And, man, I tell you, Henderson County 8-6. It's a little bit unusual, but you look at the schedule they played, and it's very similar to Owensboro Catholic.
Yeah, I mean, they play a statewide schedule. They play kind of a national schedule. They're going to play teams in Missouri and Illinois and everywhere, a lot of Indiana teams too. This team is still going to be one of the favorites or not. They're going to be the favorite in the second region. They've won 10 in a row or 11 in a row, something like that. You get Gibson coming back from injury, which is going to help and look out.
Be big. Yeah, they got Davis County next week, so that'll be a
good measuring stick.
Yeah, we'll see if anybody can crack the big 3 when you talk about Henderson County. And that Bowling Green game on Saturday should be a good one as well. Let's move it to number 3, and that's where the Lady Panthers are sitting this week. I've seen media polls out there that has this different, right? Because mostly it's the region, but the top 3 is the 3rd region.
Yep.
And Lady Panthers at 12-2, 6 straight wins. Is it just that loss against Breck?
Well, I mean,
because if it's not for the loss against Breck, they're number 1, right? They're the champs.
Well, I would say they are the champs. You got a loss against Breck and a really good basketball game that could have gone either way. I still look at who I had number 1. It has to do with the schedule that you play. You look at it. Now, Davis County plays a good schedule, but it has not been maybe the same schedule as Catholic has played.
It's probably a good thing, though, when you're trying to acclimate so many new pieces.
I think – listen, I'm not getting on, Coach Pyers Payne. She knows what she's doing scheduling-wise. But, I would probably have them at 2 if not for a 3-point loss against Breck, and that game could have gone either way.
Yeah. Kennedy Lane had 15, Riley Hayden 14 in that night.
She's the one that's playing really well. Riley Hayden's taking a big step forward.
She is. Last night they beat North Hardin. Lane had 28, and Hayden had 14. So now that's the key. That was the key for me is – could there be somebody there to take some of the heat off having Lane having to score 25, 30 points a game to, for them to have success? And that's happening.
Yes, it is.
And I think by the end of the year, if that growth continues, they're going to be right there for the 3rd region title again.
Oh, if they're cutting down the nets come March on 102.7 the game, I would not be shocked at all.
Yeah, they got Apollo Friday, and then they host Henderson next week. That'll be one to definitely watch for. And number 2 is Breckenridge County, 9-4. They went out of state competition. They went 2-1 versus them in the holidays, and then they hammered Grayson 57-25. That's a good Grayson County team. and they held them to 25 points. I mean, you look at the wins and the success they've had, they've held all their opponents down in like the 40s.
Yes.
That's classic, right? I mean,
it is classic, Breck. And then, my classic answer or question I have is when it gets to the regional time and you match up with Catholic and Davis County, can you hit shots? Because you can pressure them all they want. They're still going to score. Can you find a way to score? That has been the bugaboo at the Sports Center for the last 9 years, whatever. I think it's 9 straight years in the regional final, at least the regional semis, couple regional championship game losses, and it's all been about scoring. It's never been about defense, but you can't go out and score 36.
Yeah, I mean, Grimes and Razewski, I think both can shoot it for sure. It's just being able to get them open, right? It's that ball pressure being sped up against them. I think that's cost them in the past. They're both averaging 14 points per game. Central Hardin coming in on Thursday, who Davis County just beat last night. Or no, it was North Hardin last night. Apologies. Central Hardin coming to Breck on Thursday. Number 1 will be Owensboro Catholic, 8-5 on the season, and they swept the All-A competition last night. I think you just showed the total team effort. And, it's just kind of classic, different players, same game, right? For Coach Robertson, it's pressure the ball, get it down inside, find the open shooter. And last night, that open shooter was Claudia Muncie. She was the player of the game.
Yeah, and she can flat shoot it. I mean, you got to find her. There's no question about her shooting ability and her ability to knock down the 3 ball. I will say, one of the questions I had about Catholic early, before the season started was the overall depth. You knew about the 5 that was coming back in Manahan, Martin, Newby, Hagan, and Muncie. You knew about them. Yeah. All right, but what kind of depth do they have? I thought they got great play off the bench from,
they lost the Marston girls, I think, the soccer.
Yeah, but then you had Sky.
Riley.
Came in. Was it over? There was one that hit a couple 3-pointers also.
Absolutely. Yeah.
That I thought they got great play off the bench.
Osborne.
Yeah. Yes, that's what. Sorry, I couldn't think of a name.
Of cold
I thought it was Overton for some reason, but it's Osborne. She
played well.
She played well. Hit a big 3. Hit a nice 3-pointer when they left her open. The thing I really liked about Catholic, and I know Coach Robertson, I thought Newby, only averaging like 5.5 points coming in. I think that will go up in the third region as they get to the third region part of their schedule. I thought she played really well yesterday. I thought Hagan played really well yesterday. I don't think they found Hagan enough on the post. I know Robertson was upset about that a couple times last night. Like her post game is true. She's got great post moves in there with her spin to the baseline.
And you can even get her to her at the free throw line and let her go to work.
Yes, I mean,
she's athletic enough to
very
get to the
athletic.
rim. Yeah.
And so I just love the way they pass the basketball. They get their hands on a lot of balls. I mean, now one thing
they play.
It is, and one thing you worry about their physicality they play with. You worry about foul trouble because they only go about 7 or 8 deep. The regional tournament, there is no foul trouble because they just don't call fouls.
That's right. Yeah,
so you might as well get used to playing that physical way.
Yeah, they got Our Lady Providence at the Sports Center on Saturday, 6 o'clock. Before that, we'll have the game for them. I believe it's 5:30 at Owensboro.
5:30 at Owensboro.
K-News, I believe VJS will have it. Dan Bartlett.
There'll be we'll have a little twofer.
Little dual broadcast. OHS on VJS. Catholic will be on K-News, and that'll wrap up our Owensboro Health Top 10. We'll take a little break, come back, talk a little NFL coaching carousel to wrap things up on a Tuesday, live at 5, 102.7 The Game.
Hi, I'm Zachary Clark with the Greater Owensboro Realty Company. Whether you're buying your first home, upgrading to your dream space, or selling and looking for the right price, I'm here to guide you every step of the way. With proven results, local market knowledge, and real commitment to my clients, I'll make sure your move is the right one. Let's turn your real estate goals into reality. Call or text me today at 270-231-1576. And always remember, close with Clark.
At River Valley Behavioral Health, we know recovery looks different for everyone. That's why we created The Gathering Point, a free walk-in recovery support center open daily from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. It's a safe, welcoming space where you can connect with peer support, access resources, or just take a break in a judgment-free environment. No referral or appointment needed. Just walk in. To learn more, visit rvbh.com.
For over 35 years, Owensboro Garage Doors has been serving the tri-state area. We have exciting news. Our state-of-the-art showroom and design center is now open on Saturdays from 9 to noon. That's right. You can now visit us on Saturdays at 708 Breckenridge Street. Our team of experts are committed to providing exceptional designs and service. Owensboro Garage Door offers a wide variety of custom garage door options to ensure your garage door fits your unique needs and style. With the best service, parts, and prices, Owensboro Garage Doors will be your go-to for life.
Whether it's one item or 100, Pat Hayden Moving gets it there safely and stress-free. As a proud alumni of Owensboro Catholic, Pat Hayden Moving is honored to support the ACEs on the field, in the classroom, and throughout the community. Big move, small move. We've got your back. One item or 100, we'll move it for you. Call Pat Hayden Moving today and support a business that supports Owensboro Catholic. Local, loyal, on the move.
PSC Fiber is building the region's fastest fiber optic network to deliver essential internet to Perry, Spencer, and DuBois counties. With the customer service and tech support you expect from neighbors, access to high-speed, reliable internet has a positive impact on economic development and social well-being. The ways we communicate have changed a lot in over 70 years, and PSC Fiber is always leading the way. Call 800-511-4899 or visit us at pscfiber.net to see how PSC Fiber is here for you.
Looking to start your day with a little main character energy? Swing by the Creme Coffee House in downtown Owensboro. From handcrafted coffee to irresistible sweets, we've got everything you need to feel a little more like the lead in your story. The vibe, cozy, inviting, and full of character. The location, right in the heart of downtown. Whether you're catching up with friends or grabbing a solo pick-me-up, the Creme Coffee House is your spot to shine. Stop by today at 109 East 2nd Street. It's your story. Make it caffeinated.
Feel the power of the road beneath you. Rick's Tire and Service can make it possible. Offering comprehensive car care from front-end repair and brake work to air conditioning and diagnostic services. We're more than just tires. Elevate your ride with our range of aftermarket accessories. Get those wheels, tires, level up with lift kits, sleep bumpers, bed covers, and running boards. Even lights, you bet. At Rick's, we customize your vehicle to reflect your style. Rick's Tire and Service, the place where we turn your car from basic to fantastic.
When you work at Commonwealth Road Products, it's not about just making things possible, it's about making things safe. People who work at Commonwealth Road Products believe staying safe begins with me, bringing a not on my watch commitment to work, home, and play. Let's keep our kids safe when they play sports. Make sure their equipment fits right and works correctly. Pay attention to the temperature when outside and stay hydrated. Join us in saying no one should ever get injured. Not on my watch. Commonwealth Road Products is a proud sponsor of Hancock County Sports Broadcasts.
Support your school with the German-American School Spirit Check Card. With each purchase you make using the card, we make a donation to your participating school of choice. So far, through our School Spirit Card program, we've given back over $300,000 to community schools. Stop in your local German-American bank office, open a checking account, and request your free School Spirit Check Card today. Visit GermanAmerican.com for a list of participating schools. German American Bank, member FDIC.
Local sports at its finest, live at 5 with Stephen A. Turner and Vic Evans on 102.7 The Game.
Live at 5, brought to you by Foreman Watson Holtry, FWHlegal.com. Stephen A. Turner, Vic Evans here in the Floor Concept Studios. Got about 12 minutes. Talk a little Black Monday that carried over into Black Tuesday, right? If you're John Harbaugh, I don't know. He's going to land on his feet. I was looking at Twitter a bit ago and said that Schefter reported that within 45 minutes of him being fired, all 7 teams that needed to have an opening have reached out to his agent. So
well, I'll say this.
That's the way it should be.
He's the number one candidate out there with Stefanski being the number 2. Those are the top 2 candidates out there.
Right, yeah.
And in a year – where I don't think there's a lot of great assistant coaches that, to me, make good head coaches. You know, you look at I do think Flores is one. So I'm at Flores those are my top 3 candidates.
Yeah. Gosh.
But I look at people looking at like Nagy. I don't want Matt Nagy retread. I think he was terrible as a head coach with the Bears.
No.
I don't want Jason Garrett.
The thing is, so right now there's 7.
Yep, 7 jobs open.
right? So
I can name you three good
right,
coaches.
Or 8? Because I mean, he said
no, there were
7
six yesterday. There were six. There were 6 yesterday. And
so
that was the 7th.
Yeah, so 7 reached out. That means somebody else is calling.
Oh, there you go. Hopefully, it was the Cowboys.
Todd Bowles is on the hot seat now, but there could be that's another one. Bowles is one. Tomlin is still one. I think that I'll give you a sneaky one here.
Don't believe Andy Reid. Not that he gets fired, but he decides to go do something else.
Yeah, you don't want to go out like that. Andy won't go out like that.
Yeah,
He's going to get Mahomes back and see what they can do.
Okay.
I'll give you one. I'll give you a couple.
Okay.
Matt LaFleur, and I listen to PA all the time. He's pretty plugged in up there, and he said he kind of let a little bit out today.
If they lose the first round
to the Bears.
Well, he would jump right in at number 3 on that list of coaches available, or 2.
If LaFleur was to get fired, the Titans got to get him in right off the rip. I think him with because what he's done for Jordan Love.
Yeah, him with Cam Ward would be really good.
Just the way he protects Love and the way he puts him in. Listen, I'm not a Packers guy.
I know.
LaFleur can coach.
Oh, he can.
And he can call plays. And here's the thing. Packers fans get so worked up about his conservative play calling. That's because he's protecting your bad QB.
No, that you paid a lot of money for.
I mean, don't get me wrong, Love makes good throws. He makes some throws sometimes where you're like, wow, that's it right there. But then he also makes about 3 after that where you're like, oh, God, get this guy out of here. And LaFleur does a great job. Look at what he did with Malik Willis.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it wasn't him. The quarterback coach there helps, certainly. But the way he protects Willis, the way he calls plays, I mean, you shouldn't be able to be successful.
No, LaFleur, I think, would go right up there with Harbaugh as being the
him
top
and
2
Cam
guys.
Ward would be
I think so, too. I'll give you another name. I think it's right up there. Somebody needs to go get Cliff Kingsbury.
He just got left today.
Yeah, he got fired as the OC, which kind of surprises me. But what tells me, too, is I read where Jaden Daniels and the entire offensive staff of the Commanders are not happy. They really love Kingsbury. So to me,
what happened there?
I think Listen, I think Dan Quinn, you know how much of a Dan Quinn fan I am as a defensive coordinator. I've never bought Dan Quinn as a head coach.
Yeah.
I just have not bought it. I'll say this. So those are to me, you got Harbaugh, you got Stefanski, you got Flores, you got Kingsbury. After that, it's a bunch of retreads that I don't like.
Yeah, I've heard Shula out there. I don't even really have any under the radar guys. I mean, Joe Brady.
I mean, I do think that's probably the next best one.
Brady from Buffalo.
But don't give me any of these defensive – I don't need Spagnolia. He was a bust.
Yeah.
He's a defensive coordinator guy only. Lou Amardello, defensive guy only. I don't need those guys. I don't need Jason Garrett. And if you want to, if it's me, if I'm Dallas, here's what I would do. I would fire Schottenheimer today and go get me Cliff Kingsbury.
Kingsbury?
Yes.
Over Harbaugh?
No, I mean, I'm just saying I don't think they're going to get Harbaugh.
They didn't even call Ben Johnson last year.
Oh, I know. They don't.
I mean, Eberflus is out, though.
That's about time. I mean, that was
Chris was worked up about taking 12 days.
It took too long. Why he wasn't met at the tunnel and fired?
Come on. I mean, he wasn't necessarily saddled with the greatest group of players either. I'll say that. I mean, he traded his best player right before the season starts. But that being said, there's going to be some good defensive coordinator candidates out there for Dallas with some of these firings. The question I was going to ask is Harbaugh return. Obviously, he doesn't. So Lamar now, if you're the Ravens. Where are you looking if you're the Ravens? I mean, because I think the Ravens would be a perfect fit for Flores because you have an established quarterback that you don't necessarily need to hitch an offensive mind to. Lamar is your offensive mind. So now you can run that defense and you bring in a big-time offensive coordinator, whatever you want to do, but Lamar's going to run the offense. And now all of a sudden you got Flores running the defense. To me, just Flores' personality just meshes in with what I see from the Baltimore Ravens.
If it was me, my first call for the Ravens would be to Stefanski.
Yeah. I don't know. I see Stefanski more as a fit for one you want to hitch to a quarter. I think Stefanski in Atlanta
would be good.
Is a slam dunk because the way he likes to run the football. Bijan Robinson is a stud.
Is Cousins the quarterback there next year or Penix?
Took a big pay cut. I saw not pay cut, but he restructured his deal. I guess they're kind of waiting to see who the quarterback's going to be. Penix is going to be down for a while.
Oh, I know he's going to be. He had another ACL injury about
Kirk's going to be our
17.
quarterback.
In Minnesota?
Yeah.
Hold on. Why would you go pay Kurt whenever you had a chance to pay Sam Darnold? You didn't do it.
Just write it down, man. It's going to happen, and then they're going to bring, and then he's going to beat McCarthy in camp, and then we're stuck again. No, I don't know. To me, it wouldn't make much sense for Atlanta to move on if you restructured his deal and you could save all that cap money.
Oh, without a doubt.
Kirk's about as good as a veteran backup as you're going to find.
How about Harbaugh in New York with the Giants? And Jackson Dart.
Schefter just tweeted out that he will be the number one candidate. Which, I mean, come on, he's everybody's number one.
Yeah, he's everybody.
But I mean, the Giants are kind of appealing.
You've got that really good front seven that's young.
Yeah, I heard.
You got Dart.
Arlovsky said the best fit for Harbaugh would be at Arizona, and he started naming all these young pieces, and I'm like, hold on. The best spot for Harbaugh is New York. I mean,
think so,
that
too.
Defense is ready to explode.
Yep.
You got Scatterbo coming. Now, he had a vicious injury.
Yeah,
we'll see
but
if he can recover from
this
it.
dude went out and ran into telephone poles. Ain't no injury going to keep him down.
Not 100% sold on Dart, but you got Malik Neighbors. I mean, you have pieces there. I mean, I think
and you got some big-time draft picks coming up.
You could turn that around pretty quick. That'll be interesting. Another name I got for you that could be gone if he falls on his face in the playoffs, McDermott. He's been right there on the edge of getting fired.
He should have been fired already.
I think so too. Like, would you fire McDermott and promote Brady?
I would, a heartbeat
from within.
A heartbeat, an absolute heartbeat.
It's interesting
because what you got to do.
It's interesting.
This is why I've always said when you get guys like this. Why I talk about the defensive coordinator. We saw this happen a few times in the NFL. Where you get a guy who wins. All right, the coordinator's the big hot thing, and then the coordinator goes off and takes another job, and people are saying, well, fire your head coach and promote the coordinator and keep him because you keep the offensive mind.
I mean, it's usually defense on my side. Like I said yesterday with Dungy, and then it was with Tomlin, and now it's with Flores.
Yeah, but the game has also changed since Dungy and those guys. You can still like Tampa Bay could win with their defense and a quarterback that wasn't great.
Ask Lions fans. Ask Lions fans right now who they would rather have.
Oh,
would you rather have Ben Johnson?
Oh, without a doubt.
Than Dan Campbell?
Yeah.
Probably so.
Because you just fired Morton, your offensive coordinator.
Know. I think, man.
I mean, I love Campbell.
I think he's going south quick in Detroit.
No.
Lions fans, the window that was open.
No, it's not closed yet.
Slammed shut.
No, it's not closed
yet. Goff is washing your entire offensive line. You're about to lose your Taylor Decker.
To me, that's the key is you got to go and rebuild that offensive line through the draft.
I hope you got all that trash talk out of your system, Lions fans.
Because that is what's really cost them this year was the center, the two guards you lost, the interior line that you lost. Now Decker's a free agent. Looks like he's going to sign somewhere else.
Max Brosmer.
I know.
Max Brosmer, Lions fans. What are we doing? Hey.
Is Wayne Fontenot still available?
Really quick. Big name quarterbacks. Do any of them get moved? That seems to be like a big thing.
I think Tua gets moved.
That's not a big name. You don't want that.
Well, I'm just telling you. He's a starter.
Weak-minded quarterbacks.
Okay, well, I just think he gets moved.
Who would take him on? Like PA was talking about this today too. Tua and Kyler Murray both have monster numbers on their contracts. And the co-host was saying, hey, a team can just give a seventh, kind of like what they did with the cat from Houston a couple years ago went to Denver.
The Broncos showed you what to do with this. You eat the money. Hold on.
You mean cut them, though?
Yes.
Yeah, like I say, no one's trading for Tua or Kyler,
I can't see that because then they got to take the money and stuff like that. To me,
even if you just give a seventh, you're not going to want to take that money.
To me, if you're the Dolphins, the Broncos, you got to remember, when they cut Russell Wilson, it was $86 million dead cap money that they got to spread out over 2 years.
Hey, listen, George Payton.
Hold on. Where are they 2 years later?
I know.
They're the number one team in the NFL hosting.
They're still in it, though. That's the crazy part of what Denver has done. George Payton used to be the assistant GM in Minnesota. I met him at the Combine. He was so friendly to me. It's easy to cheer for that dude. He's just so nice. And they pull them out of that. With Russell Wilson, within 2 years, you're still in it.
Right.
And you're the best team in football. I mean, they drafted well. You got to give them a lot of credit there.
So I cut Tua and I cut Kyler.
When I say big names, I'm talking Lamar. He's going to stay now.
He's going to stay.
Burrow? Is there any chance Joe Burrow gets moved?
If I'm Joe Burrow, I'm holding out till they move me.
From everything I've heard, he loves his coach, Zach Taylor. What about Justin Herbert?
No.
They lose in the first round.
No, because the thing about it is their whole offensive line was decimated this year.
Agree. No,
He'll be back.
I don't think any major names in the quarterback spot get moved. Hey, we'll have you tomorrow. Vic will have you. Maybe Coach Payne will be here maybe.
Him, David, somebody.
Moss and
Coach Hayden will be here.
We'll see you tomorrow live
You've been
at 5.
listening to Live at 5 on 102.7 The Game. Special thanks to Foreman Watson Hultree for sponsoring the preceding broadcast. FWHlegal.com. Tune in next time for Live at 5 on 102.7 The Game.